Hey, it's meteorologist Cory Reppenhagen out here in the North Arvada Bureau today where the heat is on. We are in the 11th day now of this heat streak that has been above 90 degrees, and those 90-degree temperatures here in Denver have not been cheap. If you look at the calendar where it shows all the temperatures we've had in the month of July, you can see all those. It's not like it's hit 90 for a couple of minutes on a few of these days. It has been high 90s, and the days have been full of 90s. So it's been 90 from about noon all the way until 6, 7 o'clock. So they have been significant. We're going to add another one to this calendar for today. It'll likely be near 100, and then the same thing again Saturday before we finally get a little end to this madness. Here's a forecast high temperatures for Friday. A lot of hundreds out there. I think it will hit 100 in some areas along the Front Range. Still got a long ways to go here, but dry air is the difference. It can really spike up there quick. Eastern Plains, another day of 100-degree temperatures out there. Grand Junction will hit 100 again today. 103 is the forecast, and then again tomorrow out there in Arches National Park. It's a hot one out there. And in the mountains, we're talking about middle 70s to middle 80s for the most part, which is good. You're going to see I-70 packed as usual, as it is on Fridays. I think it might even be more packed. If we do hit 100 degrees in Denver today, that'll be the 5th time already this summer, and that has only happened 5 other times in the history of Denver records, which goes back 150 years. It last happened last year. Last year we had 5 100-degree temperatures. If somehow we get 2 out of this, we'll have 3rd place all to our own for 2022. 2012 seems a little out of reach there. We do have some heat advisories for you out there. Let me shuttle that back so you can see the western slope out there. Grand Junction and the Grand Valley and parts of the Canyonlands in Utah, that heat advisory is for today and tomorrow as well, for Saturday as well. And then out here on the Northeast Plains, this heat advisory so far is only for Friday, but that could be extended into Saturday because at least the morning and the early afternoon are going to be extremely hot again on Saturday. So we're talking about temperatures very likely near 100 degrees for a lot of us, possibly even right here in the Denver area. Don't think the Arvada Bureau is going to hit 100. We don't do that too often here, but it is certainly possible because of that dry air. The water vapor in the air regulates the temperature, so it makes it more difficult to fluctuate. When it's dry, like it is today on the Front Range and Eastern Plains, that temperature can really spike up there quite suddenly. So it can be 98 degrees all day long, and then suddenly we get a spike up to 100, and that could happen. Here's the computer forecast model showing the precipitation chances for today. Very limited on the Front Range, and most of the Eastern Plains will only have about a 15% chance to catch one of these showers, but you can see already they are clouding up out there, and we will get some shower activity, maybe a little bit better coverage than we had on Thursday, and maybe a little bit more precipitation. So those who managed to get some rain yesterday mostly only got 1/100th or 2/100ths of an inch out of it. It's going to be similar today, just maybe a little bit more and a little bit more coverage. So you can see the computer model showing a few scattered showers along the Front Range, maybe between Denver and Fort Collins, maybe a little bit better chance. And then these will push out onto the Eastern Plains, and I think they probably won't develop into anything significant until they get closer to the Nebraska and Kansas state line. And you see the cloud cover is somewhat broken through the day as well. So that will allow the temperature to fluctuate a little bit as we go through the day as well, and then we kind of clear things out in the overnight hours. Let's zoom out just a little bit because I want to give everybody a chance to see their location on the computer forecast model here. This is showing the statewide. You see a little bit more significant coverage down in the San Juans and southern Colorado, maybe down there in parts of northern New Mexico. And then compared to yesterday, maybe a little bit better coverage. These showers in the mountains Not quite as dry there, and these monsoonal type showers use the slope of the mountains to create the uplift that they need. So we do expect a little bit more shower activity in the mountains and the foothills, possibly even some limited flooding in some of the burn scars, especially East Troublesome and Cameron Peak. We'll talk about that here in a second. And then you see, even on the eastern plains, you do see a wave there developing later on this evening, kind of similar to yesterday. A lot of gusty outflow winds and some isolated downpours. This is all going to come to an end, folks. It will happen, and it looks like it's going to happen on Sunday. And here's the cold front tracker, and this is not significantly cold air, so I had to put a very fine filter on this to find when the cold front might be coming through. Saturday, I think it's going to be very hot. It's going to be hotter in the morning than it has been in several days. We could be looking at 90 by 10 a.m. and possibly up near 100 by 12:30, 1 o'clock, before things start to change and cloud up as the prefrontal air comes in. And then here's the bulk of the cold front that's being tracked by this computer forecast model, which is the Euro, and it shows about 9 p.m. that front starts to get pushed back into the state of Colorado. So in the overnight hours, this cooler air will push into the Front Range and the eastern plains. Now, it's not like it's not going to make it to the mountains, but since I had to put a very fine filter on this, it is not much different than the normal cooler air that we have in the mountains. So this kind of shows you only where that cold air is going to press in and the timing of it. So that means that the heat will return on Monday or on Sunday, but on Sunday it'll have to battle through and mix out that cooler air that is being pushed in behind that cold front. So I think the 90-degree streak will end. It's going to be close, but I do think it's going to end. We talked about that burn scar threat. The precipitation chances start to go up as we go into the weekend. For today, I do expect some limited flooding in some of the burn scars, maybe not the Cowwood down here closer to the Front Range where we have drier downsloping wind, but we do have some limited flooding expected today in the East Troublesome, Cameron Peak, and Grizzly Creek burn scars. And then Saturday it goes up a little bit, especially along the Front Range foothills. So Cowwood goes up to limited, and then some elevated flooding expected on Saturday for East Troublesome and Cameron Peak. And then Sunday, we have a little bit of instability because of that cold front, the colder air up above us, and the moisture will still be available for the mountains. So we do expect widespread heavy downpours in the mountains on Sunday. So that is the impact of that cold front that's coming in. Not only will it feel good, but it may increase our precipitation chances. So the 7-day forecast as it stands here in the Denver metro area, I think Saturday, if it does hit 100, it's going to have to do it pretty early. But that is the trend here, and it looks like it will be hot early tomorrow. Like I'm standing out here outside in Arvada at 12:30 on Friday, and it really honestly doesn't feel too bad. It will be different on Saturday morning. That temperature is going to spike up there a lot faster. So we could be looking at 90 degrees by 10 a.m., close to 100 by noon, 12:30, and then the clouds roll in and we'll get a little scattered thunderstorm activity with even a chance to pick up some rain here in the Denver metro area. And then on Sunday, you see the impact of that cold air that's going to be pushed in. The sunshine will attempt to heat things up, but it's got to mix out that colder air, and the temperature will be impacted by that cooler air that's kind of settled in. So for right now, what I'm thinking is that it does not make it to that 90-degree limit. There's a lot of things here to watch on for Sunday. We could even have a low temperature close to 80. So there's a good 10-degree range there that we have to watch and see how the winds mix things out on Sunday. So keep an eye on that as we get a little bit closer here as we go through the day tomorrow. And then we have what the rest of the week to me looks like more of an average situation here for the last week of July, where we get the temperatures up close to about 90 degrees. Several days will actually even be below the average temperature for those days, and then those afternoon scattered showers. So it looks like the end of the month looks so much better, and those last few days of cooler temperatures may prevent us from being the hottest month ever recorded in Denver area. So I think that's going to be significant. We're going to bump up to close to 100 today and 100 on Saturday, so that'll get that average way up above. We'll be in the lead for the hottest month ever, and then I think those last few days will maybe bump us down, and so that July of 2012 doesn't end up being below us. So that's what we're looking at here. Please have a real nice weekend and enjoy your Friday as well, but stay cool if you can, and keep your eyes on those temperatures for Sunday. Have a good one.